Good morning and welcome to Elisa Maria Designs. I am Elisa Maria and I am diving right back into the Kiss. I just uploaded part 6 of the masterclass that was the Vienna Secession, and it was such a deep dive. I did not get the opportunity to talk about all the things that I wanted to talk about. Maybe we'll talk about it a little bit here, but we're coming up upon, guess what? More confetti. And I thought, well, I just had a big coffee. I am replacing symbol A with a AB drill, same color, but in an AB. And I did a lot of that work, but I'm kind of, jumping back and forth between sections so that I can have a little of this and a little of that. And I'm getting a cover reminder. Why I have a flower here. How is everyone? I keep thinking today is Friday because this will go up on Friday. I had a nice little jump. I had a nice little lead on my videotaping, but that kind of got backed up again. And it's probably a good thing because I can't hold much in my camera phone. Why is it that every time I go to put my cover minder on, the magnet is upside down? Okay, so we're going to be doing a series of green here, which is pretty cool. I still have not made up my mind about what I am doing with these flowers, if I'm going to keep them, because they're not really true to the original the original painting. There is a drawing underneath. There is a sketch underneath. But I taped about 2 hours of myself just placing the enhancements in to the canvas, and I did tape me taking out the ABs that were already in, but I must have deleted that for time. I didn't think anybody was going to sit through 2 hours of me talking and placing AB drills in, no matter how exciting it was. But I must have taken that out. So when I get to that part that is around the male's shoulder, where I placed ABs in that I'm going to take out, I will videotape that and show you how I do that. I'm just getting my stuff together here. What do I have out? Bunch of stuff. I have putty, I have wax. Yeah, it was pretty intense, even though I was doing her dress to try and do an outline to see, well, where is this entity that I see in the original painting and where is her dress? This is like just a series of yellows and golds, and there really is not a very fine demarcation line. And so I was going back and forth between the two areas, and then at one point I put AB drills here, and I was like, they don't go here, they go here, and I had to take them all out. But just a very fine outline of her body, and then where this entity comes in at, and this is the part that I'm replacing, and it comes up above her head. Am I in the shot? Yeah. So I took these all out, and as I come across here, I'm going to have to take the A's out that are here, because this kind of looks like another hand here. Another hand here. That's what makes me think that this is some kind of entity that goes along with the mythological story of Orpheus and Eurydice. And so I really wanted to highlight that, even though it's kind of blending in together, but I wish there was a darker demarcation line here. I could take these, but I don't want to touch it. The rendering was nice enough, and so I'm going to leave it the way that it is and get back to where I am. Where am I? I'm here. No, I'm not here. I'm here. I do this a lot during my filming. Am I in the shot? Am I in it? Am I in it? Where am I? So I took all the greens out, and there is a green AB in this shot too. Let's put this up here because there's so many flowers now on the canvas that I don't want to lean on top of them. Let me see, is there a section? Yeah, there's going to be ABs here, here, coming through here, here, up through here, here. Oh, and around. Yeah, there's a lot of green ABs in this shot. Let's do them first, even though I poured this out. Let's see if I can find another. I'm sure I can. Another. And let you take a look at green ABs instead of just the gold ones. Where are they? Here they are. And actually, there's an area of white ABs here. So maybe I'll just talk and do the white and green ABs. So while I was doing my research for the secession period, I had touched upon it through previous installments here. I'm going to need my glass plus. I'm going to need my little wet cloth here. I came across so much more information, and I have said this throughout the series. The more that I dig into this painting, the more I have, been pulled. My emotions have been pulled from one end of the spectrum to the other, and the more that I have changed my opinion on the painting, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. I don't want to get, this is pretty wet. I use this to, I don't want to use that. I use this to wet my stylus. Another tray. There we go. And I just keep it in here. And I have to tell you, these are so wet that sometimes my stylus gets too wet, and I can't, the AB starts sliding off. So where are we? Let's see, where are they beginning? They're kind of beginning, like right from the beginning. Okay. So I went on to this deep dive about the secession and at that period of time, and I found these other paintings, and I thought, well, maybe I'll leave this for when I start doing the portrait of Adele, the woman in gold. But Judith and the Holofernes, the head of Holofernes, came up in this talk because it was one of the three that they say. I mean, I think that there's more, and I didn't get a chance to talk about them. They say that the Tree of Life, and Judith with the head of Holofernes, was, and the Tree of Life. But the Tree of Life, Judith and the head of Holofernes, and what was the third one? The Kiss. Oh God, the one I'm working on. That they were like his three greatest achievements that really encompass the principles of the Vienna Secession. And that I went into a talk about those, but then it led me down another path of paintings that I didn't know Klimt had done, and I had never really seen them, and I just fell in love. I was like, I wanted to get a custom painting done. I've never seen a diamond painting, though I haven't looked too much into it, of lady with a hat and feather boa. It's really, it's dark, but oh God, I just love it. I love it. And I believe that the model that is used in this painting is also the model that is used in that painting. And her name, which as she was referred to, was called, she was called Red Hilda for her red hair. And so then I went, down that rabbit hole about Red Hilda, and she's also in another painting called The Goldfish that I love now. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just like losing my mind with these paintings by Klimt. And it's just so gorgeous. I will put two little, I'll pop in a picture of both. But I've been wanting to have a custom portrait done where I pick the colors and how I would want to crop that painting and highlight what woman in a hat, lady in a hat, that would have to just be, there's nothing to crop, but goldfish there is. She's actually a nymph and a water nymph, and there's other nymphs in the background, but really it is the goldfish and his eye. And then the nymph, oh gosh, my God, and her hair is like, you could tell like she's underwater by the way it's billowing. I love it. Did I come across any other paintings of Klimt's that during this time? Well, Judith, they say, was Adele, and that he changed her features just slightly. I mean, you could tell it's her, the eyes. And there was something about Adele, like that he, if you look at a picture of Adele, she's got these very big eyes, and she was a patron. She was a model for him, but she was also his lover too. If you look at Adele, she has her hair up in that very Gibson girl bun that they used to wear, and when I look at her face, she just seems so sad, so lost and so sad. And yet he painted her as Judith, and Judith is like very strong. She cut off the head of Holofernes. She cut off his head. She lured him into her tent, and cut off his head. And she's the upper part of her body is nude, but it's a gorgeous painting, a lot with that gold leafing going through, and she just has like this look about her of like, you could tell by even though you can't see her lower body, you can tell by her stance and her glare that she's very well grounded, very courageous, very triumphant. The jaw is jutting out forward and the eyes are down, and she has this smile on her face. A femme fatale for sure. And and that he used Adele for this painting, where she just seems so demure, so quiet, so shy, so sad looking. And it made me think about the women of the time, that Klimt was, part of this art movement. And Vienna was the hubbub for all things arts and culture. Klimt kept mostly to himself, we know that. And when he ever did any kind of outing, it was with Emily Floge. And, he was 30 and she was 18. And there was a family connection there because her sister, Helene, was married to his brother Ernst. And Klimt did leave her half of his estate when he died. So she was 18 and he was 30. So that's like, what, 12 years? Not that bad. But, I mean, you're talking about a girl at 18, And so, he did have, when you, I don't know what the next installment that I'm going to move into as we come to the conclusion of this painting. I think I might want to tour his residence with you, the apartment that was like in again, this hub in Vienna, of art and culture. This is where it was happening. Like, just think of like where the center of where you live at. For us here in Philadelphia, there's a lot of meeting grounds for arts and culture and music. So that's where Klimt was, and his apartment is a museum now. And again, I had stated this in the previous installment, that you could do a 360 tour of his apartment. And it's amazing when you go into the different rooms and you see his paintbrushes that are still in the basin and his tunic that is on the bed. And it's really interesting. Really, really very interesting. I think I got all the ABs here. And why am I straining my eyes? Here we go. Let's look together. Nope, there's some here. Get a magnifying glass. $1.25 over at the dollar store. Get your magnifying glass. They even have ones that are like almost 8.5 by 11. It's like a thin sheet of paper, but it's magnified and you can hold it. If you don't want to hold a and you could get a really broad view of your canvas. I look for the color green. There's some more here. And I go from there. You can see how wet this wax is. I don't have to really dip it every time. And I dipped it again and I didn't get one there. I think I'm good, but you know, I'll put these away and another one will pop out at me. You know it will, because it happens to you too. I actually have my notes still out of what I didn't get to in. I kind of left off at the Beethoven frieze that Klimt painted on the wall of the Vienna Secession Museum, so it's there for all eternity. Let me put this color in here so I know. That's where I left off at. I actually had all the other artists that started this movement along with him. I had some of their famous works from the secession listed, but we didn't get to them, so maybe I'll put them in this one. I was thinking also of putting the notes that I've made to this whole series on Buy Me a Coffee. I feel like I signed up for that, and I do this all the time. I sign up for these social things and I never never do anything with them. Like, you know, like they're going to take care of themselves. And I'm sure there's probably an app out there that I don't know about that does that. I know Canva does. I know if I were to drop something into Canva, I would be very easily be able to you know, do my graphics for YouTube, and then I can very easily, with like just pressing a keystroke, I would be able to have the graphic ready for Facebook, and then Facebook would upload to Instagram. You know, that's what I want. I want something that is going to just upload, just do it, just upload to everything that's on the, you know, Twitter, or is it X now? Instagram, Facebook, just do it all. Because it's so time consuming when all you want to do is create, you know. It's, you know, like most of you know, I've had restaurants, and like, you know, my chefs don't want to be bothered with what the reservations are about. They want to be in the back. They want to be creating. They don't want to be bothered by all this technology and technical stuff. You know, they want to create. I don't have energy for everything. But you have to. If, you know, you are looking to take this into the next step in your journey being a YouTuber, you have to. You have to do it. Just keep your eye on the ball. Just keep moving forward. Don't look back. So this is coming along. This is what happens. I kind of relax into this, and like 2 hours later, I'm looking at it, and there's still so much more to do. I'm like, oh my God, when is it going to end? But I don't think that this part here is as intense as, say, this part here. This was really intense, this part here. Now that I moved that, let me make sure. Am I in the shot? Am I in the shot? I do this all the time. Okay. So I left off at the Beethoven frieze. It's in the Vienna Secession Museum. It was an homage to Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, and it really incorporated everything that the secession was about. It was about love. It was about intimacy. It's about symbolism. It's about bringing all the different art forms together. Yeah, so that's where I left off at. I wanted to go into, a large, he was commissioned to do murals, and a large part, it's impossible for me to talk and look for, where am I. So there were two paintings that were part of a larger series of murals that Klimt was commissioned for the University of Vienna's Great Hall, and they were medicine and philosophy. And I think I showed medicine once in one of the installments, but Klimt, along with his brother Ernest and their collaborator Franz Mach, created allegorical representations of the fields of medicine and philosophy and jurisprudence. And those murals were highly controversial due to, again, their departure from the academic tradition and their provocative themes. So, this is how the secession started. These were modernists. They broke away from the academic stringent standards of what these large institutions were telling them was, they held the power, and they wanted the influence over the masses as to what they should like and what they should think and what emotions they should feel. And that was part of the secession movement, was that, yes, we want to evoke emotion from you. We're not going to tell you what to think and feel. We want to know what you think and feel when you look at this painting. And yes, we're going to explore different themes of sexuality and intimacy and relationships, to see what evokes from you, and not what these the same thing with Barnes. They tried to tell him what was art and what wasn't art, and he was just like, I like this, and this is what I'm going to collect. And again, one of the largest private collections ever, that the museums were dying to get their hands on. And he didn't want to be part of that world. Barnes didn't want to be part of that world, that snobby world of, like, not so much the intellects, but what these institutions and patrons were telling him, was art. And then, once he had his collection, and a lot of artists weren't even famous at the time when they became famous, and they were snapping up their artwork, some of the better known artworks that we know. And then, Barnes had the collection from these artists previously, before they were famous. They were like, they wanted to get their hand, isn't that always the way? They want it now. They didn't have the insight to see it for what it was on its own. And, they didn't adhere to his wishes. He didn't want his collection. He wanted it to be kept private. And of course, it's not, So let's see here. What's next? Where should we go? Maybe we'll go into some of these areas here so we can put the flowers in. And so that this doesn't become too long of a video. I lost a couple here. Oh, I didn't take any of the reds out. So let's see here. We'll go and grab them anyway. All right, so I'm done with this one. And stand it up just in case I need to get it again. And what do I need here? I think it's this series here that I need. Yep. This one and this one and this one. None of those little, oh yeah, let's do those little red, so you can see those two. Those little round, here they are. Let's do these two. These little round glass diamonds. And I will wet this to pick these up. I don't have to, but let's see. Okay. I wanted to put these in first because when I put them in last, they moved all my other drills around. So I'm looking to see how this is going to work now, putting them in first. It was really frustrating too because they were just sliding all over the place, the other drills. I'm trying to get it, you know, dead center in the drill space. Is that it? Just those little, that one little bouquet here? None in there, none in there, none here. Okay, that seems to be it. We'll put you away. And where should we go next? Let's go with this one. There seems to be a lot of this one. Oh, please don't be clumped together. Why are you clumped? Oh gosh, it's so annoying when they're clumped like this. So, okay, you get to see a demo here. Here we go. Give them a crunch. I do believe that part of it is the weather. We've had, you know, hot, cold, rain, and I do believe that that does factor in to your drill sticking. Right now they're being divorced from their mate. Oh, it makes my blood run cold. There we go. It's amazing that they don't break. I did run out of a color and I had to break into Adele, which is the other Klimt painting that I have. I had to break into Adele and take some from her. I was not happy about that at all. Because if I didn't have Adele, I would have to either, you know, call Diamond Painting Shop. I don't know if they replaced drills. Or I would have had to order them. I'm not used to having so many containers out. Makes me a little nervous. So I am anxious to start Woman in Gold. I have two. I have one from Diamond Painting Shop, and I could not resist. It's been on my mind since I saw, I was watching A Year in Review when I was a new diamond painter, and I used to watch a lot of Diamonds and Washi, and I was watching A Year in Review, and Katie was going through what she had completed, and Woman in Gold was one of them, and she said, you know, I really didn't think I was going to get past this, you know, all this gold and brown, but it was just amazing. And well, you know, you wouldn't know about this kit unless you knew about this kit first. Even there's even a little YouTube video from Diamond Dots that unboxes this painting, and they really don't go into the amazing amount of special drills that are in this canvas. So if you didn't know that, because it's such a huge selling point for the canvas, if you didn't know that, you'd probably be like, no, I just did a Klimt. I don't feel like I'm gonna do another one. But it's become a rite of passage for most diamond painters, and a lot of them do it during Summer with the Masters, which is coming up. I'll get that right in there. Oh, I love this pink. This is cheering me up. I mean, not that I don't love gold, and you know, there were some reds and browns, but the pink is kind of sweet. And I'm using two placers that I never really use. And, you know, I'm enjoying using them. I'm trying to go back into things that maybe didn't work so well for me at one point and, you know, revisiting them. Seeing, you know, do I still have the same opinion, or, you know, have I changed my opinion in any way? And I really like the way, I didn't think this was going to work so well with a square drill, but it seems to be fine. And that's the other thing. I have done, I think the last 3 diamond paintings have all been squares, and I'm just, you know, I'm looking for a round. I enjoy squares more. I think the payoff is bigger when you have squares, but I'm getting, you know, I like to challenge myself, and I actually thought about starting a dell before this was finished, but then, you know, it's the Virgo in me. I have to finish what I started. I have to complete what I started, and I don't want to confuse anyone, even though they go hand in hand. They're both clamps. They're both part of this. I mean, there's a lot to explore with Adele, but I think Adele is her own masterclass. Absolutely. Oh, especially what I've learned about Adele through the Kiss. Another peek around for more of the same color. Do not see. Put you away. Now don't go sticking together again, please. Scan that up in case I need it again. Now once I get this color in, I'll be able to put the flowers in. Oh no, I still have one more color there. Oh, gorgeous color. Oh, so pretty. Yummy. It's one of the benefits of diamond painting is that not only are you, you know, slowing down intentionally or deliberately, you know, you can slow down by picking up your drills one at a time. Of course, there's one right here that I just put away. So that's why I stand my containers up when I am done using them, because I know there's actually 2. So if I didn't have that standing up, I would have to pull the case back down towards me and look for it. Where did I drop it at? It's standing up. I forgot what I was talking about. That quick. I got distracted. It'll come back to me. And no, I don't hear you all shouting at me. What it was? Oh, you know, you can deliberately slow yourself down by, you know, placing your drills in one at a time and being very deliberate and mindful of your placement, your breath, like you're doing a surgery. And this is a life or death situation here. And we must be very mindful about where we're placing things. But also the color therapy. I don't think we talk enough about that. We talk about a canvas and the renditions and the drills, but I know, like, when, you know, during the winter months when it's just so gray outside, I would pull out the winter, not the Winter Fox, Foxy Lady by Camilla D'Arico from Diamond Art Club. I would pull that one out, and that was just a beautiful array of, like, it was like, oh, I always said it was like opening up a box of crayons. Just so, it was just a rainbow of color, and it would always lift my spirits to do something like that. And so, yeah, I mean, I can feel the emotional pull between being with the opulence of the gold and now coming into these greens and pinks, how wonderful they are. I have a drill in here that's distracting me because it has a hole right through its center. I don't think I've ever seen a drill like that. Not through its center, but it's missing. It's like a crescent moon. The symbols on this canvas weren't too bad, but the ones that were printed, like the 3s and the 4s that were printed on the darker browns, oh gosh, they were, I couldn't tell the difference between 3 or 4. They both looked like hashtags because the ink ran into the background color, and I just was like, oh boy, not good. This needs some Y's here. I think these 6s are the smaller pink flowers, or maybe they're the larger ones. Either way, very pretty. This was a sweet canvas. It really was. It was nice to see this rendition of the kiss with these 3D, you know, flowers. I love diamond dots, but I wanted the whole portrait of the canvas. I think with it's either Diamond Dots or Diamond Art Club that only does the upper portion of the couple, and I wanted the full length, and I'm glad that I got it because I was really able to explore this painting, especially when I went onto that app that I was telling you guys about, and explore the Belvedere Museum, which, oh my gosh, the Belvedere Museum, I think needs its own installment in this because they house the largest amount of Klimt paintings, and they're in Vienna. And oh my God, the opulence of that museum. Stunning, the grounds, everything. But then when you do that 360 tour, it's kind of like you're holding your camera, your phone in your hand, like just like you would if you were there. Like, I can't see anyone walking through there and not wanting to pull their phone out and take a video of the museum. So it's kind of like you're walking through with the camera in your hand, and you can go right up onto the paintings and look at them closer. Another thing about that app is they have games on there too, which is fun, cultural. And then they have, and I did a few of myself, where you can dress up as your favorite artist. I think I did Frida. Who doesn't do Frida? You know, and it's really cute because it looks like an oil painting, a self-portrait. No, I'm sorry, that's a different app. It looks like it looks like if Frida were alive today and she took a selfie of herself. So like I'm dressed in the traditional dress of Frida with the flowers in my hair. It's really cute. I did another artist, I can't remember who it was, so I had fun with that. And then I put the widget on my phone, and every day that I wake up and I look at my phone, there's a new painting to explore. So I like that. I'm going to try and find those two lady with a hat and feather boa and goldfish, and see what the story is on those two paintings. Okay, I'm searching again. Right here. It's funny how I can use this and still put the drills away and then and then go right into the next color, and then there it is. One more right here. It reminds me of when I was a kid and you would go to the doctor's office and there would be that, make sure you got the right container, don't do like me. There would be that highlights magazine, and I would always go to the Seek and Find. And then there's what were they, two brothers? And like one was really good and one was really bad. One had good manners and one didn't. We need that today. I'll never forget, my mom had a girlfriend come over and her kids like picked up everything in the house that we were never allowed to touch. And you know, how do you talk to somebody about their kids? Like you know, can you tell your kids not to touch that, or don't touch? Like my father was very vocal. My father would have been like, hey, put that down, don't touch that, you know. And I believe that is what happened, because me and my brother were just kind of standing back and being like, you know, so and so's kids are picking everything up in the house. Like, we're not allowed to touch those things. And my mom's girlfriend probably said something to her about my dad's attitude towards her kids. And my father said, you know, this is my home. And, you know, my kids don't go anywhere and touch anything. And I don't want your girlfriend's kids in here picking up, you know, valuable, you know, pieces that my parents had around the house, no matter what it was, you know. I remember my grandmother went to Vegas and she came home with this little souvenir that was like a roulette, but it was like ornate. And you used to press the button on the side and watch this little ball bearing go around. And we were not allowed to touch it. We were kids. To us, it was a toy. We were not allowed to touch it. And let me tell you, we didn't. We didn't touch it at all. And my grandfather would say, put that down. Not my real grandfather. He was my step-grandfather. But yeah. And I had somebody, you know, the whole reason for me buying the little glass jars that I have here was because a little girl came in my house and she walked right up to it and it dropped on the floor, and my husband grabbed it really, really quickly. I didn't even know that it fell. I was busy in the kitchen, and it wasn't until I went looking for it that he told me. He was like, I've been trying to replace it for you. I was trying to figure out where you got it from. I'm doing these Google searches. Sweet. Yeah, see, I missed 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed 4 of them there. But again, you know, come in somebody's house and pick things up. And my mom's girlfriend was mad because she said that my father didn't understand a child's need to explore things. And I can't say what my father's answer to that was here. It's fine. You know, you can explore things in your own home. Just don't go to somebody else's and pick things up that don't belong to you. Oh, I can't wait to get those little flowers out. I'm rushing. Did anyone watch the roast of Tom Brady? I'm still blushing from it, but it was kind of funny. And I seriously I don't know what Tom Brady was thinking, that he opened himself up to a roast. But everyone said the same thing when they were up on Tom Brady. Like, he's gorgeous. The men were falling in love with him. I didn't realize how like chiseled and perfect he is. I was like, you know what? He is kind of really good looking. Giselle came in my store once in New York with when she was with Leonardo DiCaprio, and they were actually waiting in line. And Leonardo DiCaprio went up to one of my servers and said, "You know, how long is the wait?" And my server said an hour and a half. And he said, "Okay, we'll come back." And it was a customer that said, "You know, Leonardo DiCaprio was here with Giselle, and your staff told him it was an hour and a half wait." I was like, "Well, what are you gonna do?" She didn't know who he was. We used to have a private entrance where we used to let celebrities come in and like not, you know, I think that they deserve some privacy and to not be, you know, hounded by people wanting their autograph or wanting to take a picture. And I just found it so funny that they were waiting they were waiting in line. They were told, "Yeah, it's gonna be like an hour and a half." And he was like, "Okay." "Okay, boo-boo. I'll come back." I was never starstruck by anyone other than Matt Dillon. And that's a story. Let's get our flowers in. 666. And here's the 4 that I missed. 6 and N. All right. Well, let me see what I mean about keeping my containers up so that I know. Are they coming in this shot? So I know I'm eventually going to miss something. Here it is. I don't have to go on a hunt. Let me put those 4 in first that I missed 3 times with a magnifying glass. I missed the whole side. If you saw it, put a magnifying glass in the comments. Okay. Ooh, these are the big ones. I just put that one in. My motto is why wait? This is 6, right? Yeah. My motto is why wait? Have dessert first. Wow, there's a lot of flowers in this part. Ooh, very pretty. The only thing I would have changed is like they did some purple flowers and the center is also purple. And it's like you can't even really decipher that it's a flower. Now I'm going to have to work around all these flowers. But I did this for you guys because we're already at 49 minutes. And I still have to drop in some pictures from this session. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put these away. Oh, it's a little bit up here. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Could I? Oh, wait. It's actually exposed. So what I'm going to do is, being that you guys know what all the gold, let's cover this. Let me bring this down. Don't worry, I'm going to take a shot of all this when I'm done. Okay, I'm going to do this section here, which is the white drills, the white ABs. I don't think you guys got a chance to see those. Enough wax in here. We shall find out, right? I can tell when I am right up on it because I push them over to the side first and I get a good grip. We're just doing the fun parts today because I will not be videotaping tomorrow. I am going to try and beat the rush to Mother's Day and take my mom out tomorrow. But I have a bunch of things to do tomorrow morning, too. On top of going to dinner. Oh, that's 4. Okay, this one's 5. I don't like that one. I think there's a tab on there. Yeah. I'm working around these purple flowers. This was fun. I was looking to upload this session yesterday, but like I said, I fell down a rabbit hole and I got carried away with all the things that I was learning. And, you know, other, films that came out on the Kiss and other newspaper articles that I go through with the previous video, and other paintings that I fell in love with and thinking about having them let me get my thinking about having them. Oh, why are you not going in? Oh, I could see why. I definitely can see why. Let's take this. This had to be moved over some. And then you're here for all the surgeries today. All the surgeries going on this painting today. Okay, we have 3 more. You're in there pretty good now. Okay, can I pick you up? The flower. The flower. Come on. Try again. We'll start from here. And then we'll start from here. And then I'll put this last one in. And only because I know exactly where this one is. There we go. Let me get everything out of the way, all the greens that I took out and didn't use, because I decided to place the ABs with you guys. Shut this. Put this off to the side. We're done with you. There is a lot going on this desk this morning. I'm almost there. Here we go. Let's get you out of the way. We want to see the portrait, not all my trays of drills. There we go. Here we are. So we just put these white drills in because we had an AB party today. Am I on it? Oh, it's right here. I kind of lose it when I try and get close. It's right here. And then we had, let's put you over here, excuse my arm. And then we had this guy here. I'm going to take this off because what I'm going to do is finish this. And so we can get a clean view of, again, all the surgeries you were here for. We can get a clean view of, oh gosh, look at that little field of flowers. It's coming out so pretty. So pretty right here. I have no idea what I'm looking at, what my camera is looking at. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea. So before I, edit this, and it's 57 minutes, I will continue on, and then I'll give you an accurate look at where I am here. See you in the next one. Create the world that you want to live in. And if I don't see you again because of Mother's Day, so I will be here for Self-Care Sunday, so I will see you to wish you a happy Mother's Day. But if in between then, I don't know what's happening on Saturday. Have a good weekend. What am I trying to say? Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend. My mind is in 9 million places right now. Have a good weekend. Create the world that you want to live in. And post me any questions or comments. And let me know how you're coming along with the master class. You know, what you think of it so far and how you like it. I'm trying to get you one good shot in here. Come on. I need to get my husband's editing equipment that I bought him a year ago that he never used and bring it down here and take it over. All right, I'm saying goodbye. Again, I'm Italian. We don't know how. Bye. Okay, guys, this is how far I got after we said goodbye. I did get up the next day. I had some errands to do on Friday, and being that John was home and he was doing things around the house and it was pretty noisy, I just diamond painted a little bit more. I will say that this painting, it's actually on my desk. I can see it as I come down the steps in the morning, and getting a glimpse of it this morning before I walked out the door, I was just kind of, it took my breath away. It's been one of, well, it is the most challenging diamond painting that I've done so far. And the whole canvas is pretty much confetti. Even when you get into these like blocks of color, you know, they're different shapes. And I think if I would have done the 10 by 10 square, it would have been more confetti, but I chose to just follow the lines of color going up his tunic. You can see where I left off at. I'll be turning this around because I don't want to lean into these flowers that are here. But it was still, you know, I thought this is going to be a nice chunk of color blocking. It really wasn't. I guess because there's patterns of color. But it is, you know, one of the more satisfying, and it's just looks so pretty after you go through all that confetti to say, wow, it really is stunning. It really is. Now I looked at the accompanying canvas that I got of Adele, and you know, I looked at that and said, there's a lot of color blocking in that one. I'm going to give it a second look again. Because I think that I don't know that I really want to do another square. The Adele from Diamond Painting Shop is a square. The Adele from Diamond Dots is a round. And then we're going right into Summer with the Masters. And do I go, if I go into Summer with the Masters with Lady in Gold, which is from Diamond Dots, which is Adele, do I start with that painting? You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I am thinking that I could get Woman in Gold done before Summer with the Masters starts, but I'm getting confused on the dates. It's not going to be possible because Summer with the Masters is going to start June 1st. So I don't want to lose the momentum that I have with the Klimt masterclass, and Adele is her own masterclass, absolutely. But I just want to give you guys a glimpse as to where I am in this painting and how much more I have to do just down here in his cloak, in his tunic. But then these are 2 areas of confetti, and each one is taking me over 2 hours to do. So that's another 4 hours there, you know, say another 6 hours here just to be on the safe side. Another 10 hours of diamond painting. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next one. Happy Friday. I am celebrating Mother's Day this evening because being a mother of a 37-year-old good man, I've had plenty of Mother's Days where I've gone to restaurants with other mothers and screaming children. I'm not into it this year. So I was like, let's just all go out Friday night and we'll celebrate Mother's Day. So I'm getting my mom, and my son is meeting me here after work. And we're going to celebrate this evening. So I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the weekend. Bye.